Welcome to It Starts Now, the Happy Hour Finance and Business. My name is Stanley. I had an amazing interview with Abdullah. He is the founder of Border Nation, which is a media company that does a lot of content out in Africa. We discussed content creation. We talked about opportunities where you could start a business in Africa. Tons of things that we went over. But then, unfortunately, we didn't have the actual footage because of some technical issues. So what happened was we decided to put it out on audio. But the second part of it, we were able to capture the footage as we were conversing back and forth. And it was such an organic feeling, how It Starts Now got started, how Border Nation got started. And not only that, his company, but his journey throughout this whole media industry. When he started filming, when he started doing movies, and now he's doing content for airlines, hotels, and all sorts of things. He does business in Africa. He does a few businesses out in different countries. So if you want to listen to this audio, please go out and listen to the podcast channel. It's on all podcast networks. You're definitely going to like it. And for the part 2, the visual part where we talked about his whole journey into the whole content world, you're definitely going to enjoy it. So please listen to the podcast audio, but definitely watch this video and comment below and let me know what you think. So then when the pandemic hit, he was like, he presented me with a business opportunity. He's like, hey man, I'm starting off this, and what do you think? And I listened and I was like, okay, not bad.
Right.
So I said, all right, I had just invested into something else, and I said, but I'll look into it and I'll let you know. And I was home, and pandemic was happening, a lot of strange stuff. So my wife and I decided to say, I think it's time. We were making our exit plan anyway.
Right.
From the company.
Right.
But we had it planned out for after the 10-year mark. That's it, done deal. Then we're gonna strategize, come up with a strategy to get out of there. And pandemic hit, and it expedited everything.
Right.
Because now it's like, okay, they're offering packages. Right. Even though it's 2 months early, 3 months earlier than our game plan. Right.
When it comes to the
But
package,
it came with a package. So it's like, wait, I was gonna leave
without a package. There you go.
And now it came, so it was like a blessing.
Yeah.
And it was a scary thing too, because it was a scary opportunity because, you plan for it, but when it's actually there, it's like, hold up.
Yeah.
It's scary.
This is happening.
And this is the direction we're going into. And we took it, and we were home, and we were coming up with what we were going to do. We mapped out a game plan, my wife and a good friend of ours, Ocasio Newborn. He was chiming in too, so we got a lot of feedback. And then I was like, a friend of mine called me and said, hey man, you should do a podcast, a show. I was like, I don't want to do no podcast. I don't want to do that. He's like, no, I think you should. You should do it because we had a bar in the house, and we normally have a drink and talk, and it'd be a lot of debates. Yeah, mostly debates, like issues, basketball, social things. Whatever. Yeah. It's debates. Like,
the whole 9-yard hood stuff.
Yeah. But it's really talking shit.
Right.
And then I was like, no. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try it out. And then I said, I had Al come. Matter of fact, we connected right after that. And then I said, Al, come on. And I was so glad because I was trying to decide who I was gonna do it with.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, damn. I was picking my brain like, the first one has to be good.
Yeah.
And then I sat down and I spoke to Al on the phone, and I was like, this is who I need to do it with.
Yeah.
And then he came over.
His energy is crazy.
Not only his energy, but his knowledge of the industry he was in. Because he really understands the whole distribution, the whole logistics, he really understands that whole operation, and he's coming from a background where this was their focal point.
Yeah.
You know, this is
Yeah.
what they mastered, and he took a lot of that and he ran with it. So having the conversation, I knew right away it's like this is who I need to get on the first one, and we received a lot of good feedback, and then from there it was like, all right, let's do the second one. The second one was good too. We received some good feedback. Then finally, after the fifth one, that's when I was like, you know, this is not bad. I kind of like this.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this, right? And it's not, yeah, it is work because you got to do some preparation. But I realized when I did some preparation, it's like, I was too focused on the prep side.
Because
And
you stay within that lane.
Yeah,
Right.
and then I didn't know how to break out of when we were in the conversation. So if you and I conversing and I'm trying to like stay on track, I lose the energy and the organic feel of the conversation.
And people can actually sense it on camera.
Yeah.
That you are like, you here for a mission.
Right.
It's not authentic.
It wasn't authentic.
You know?
Not to me at least.
Right.
So for me, I said, you know what? I need to go off script. I need to I'll probably have one or two things that I want to know.
Right.
But then for the most part, I just try to feel where the conversation is going. Mm-hmm. And then I ask questions on that. But the key thing was for me was being comfortable in front of the camera. Right. Being comfortable speaking on the mic. So it doesn't matter how well I speak to you one-on-one. Right. I realized once the camera turned on, all of a sudden, all the words I had was gone.
Right.
all the energy is like, man, why am I stumbling? Why am I doing it? And I can sit here with you and have a full-blown intellectual conversation about anything. Mm-hmm. Right? Anything as long as it has some substance to it, right? Because I'm a person, I need substance, right?
Right.
So without the meat and potatoes, I'm done, right? Yeah. So it's just you start losing me, I fade out. Yeah. But as soon as the camera comes on, it doesn't matter. It's like, dang, everything was gone. Right. Like I went blank, and not that I go blank.
You're in your zone.
Yeah. It's like, damn, I couldn't remember words. Yeah. I was stumbling on words, and I said, wow. Even though, you know, some of the parts you can edit, or some of the parts that people may not know that you stumble, or may not know that's not exactly what you meant, but you know.
You're a natural talent. You know, there are people in Hollywood right now, celebrities, bro, to the highest level. When that camera's on, they get anxieties. Like, I know folks.
Really?
Bro, who's been in the industry for years. Sometimes just to give you a hint, right? You know, you see celebrities that fight paparazzis, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like they don't like the paparazzis, right? But it's like some of these guys just something when that camera is on them, you know. And when you're in front of the camera for a long time, bro, it becomes. It do something to you. You know, like I used to do interviews. I had a show and everything. Now we're actually trying to repackage it. And then it's going to become like a full-blown show. I'm going to interview all these influential people I know.
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I mean?
Congratulations on repackaging that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. This lady gave me the idea in Africa. Just met her. She knew we were coming, so she started Googling me. You know? So, and then she saw all these interviews I did. I had one with the ambassador of the African Union, like some powerful people too. And she's like, hey, you know, this girl never been here. I never met her. First time I was coming to their office to meet one of the CEOs, just to talk, and she was the assistant. And bro, when I go to a place, I like to break that barrier down. You know, I don't care you the CEO or the assistant. Like, you know, you get my respect no matter what, right? She's like, oh, you ever thought about doing this? This lady knew more things about me. I'm like, how you know that? You know what I mean? So now we started kind of packaging it and then restructure it well. But I know what you mean. Like I used to have a teleprompter when I was interviewing people. And I used to just stutter. and I don't even stutter.
Yeah.
And there used to come times where I go brain freeze, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like right there,
Yeah.
and they would tell me just read the teleprompter,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm trying. You know what I
And
mean?
you know the thing about the teleprompter, because we had one too. When we first did it was like a short 5 minute commercial type thing.
Yeah.
But the thing about the teleprompter is you're reading it and you're not supposed to sound like you're reading.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So and it took me a while to really like, okay, because I was sounding as if like I knew I was reading it right,
Yeah.
and I would come across like, okay, I think I got it, and then they were
Nope.
like, nope,
Nope.
nope, you sound like you're reading, you sound too stiff, you sound this. So I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so you're not the only one. There's
Yeah.
people who won Grammys still struggle being in front of a camera.
Yeah.
You know?
Now I'm a little bit more comfortable.
Because you don't have a guideline.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I sat here, when I've done this thing so much, when I come in, they usually send me questions in advance. You never send me questions, so I was like, all right, we're just gonna talk.
Yeah.
And then when I came here, you had no questions, at least not written. So that ease up on it because you just shoot and then you let me follow through and then you follow back. That's more organic.
Right. And
It makes you comfortable.
it makes you comfortable.
Makes you comfortable.
Because I seen there was one person that asked me, well, it was two people that asked me to send them a list of questions so they can prep, and I said we're probably not gonna get through those questions.
Yeah.
Because by the time we go from question number 2, I'm already gonna piggyback off whatever you said. Right. Because there's probably a piece in there that resonated to me and I wanted to capture that and I want to bring that out. So what I'll do is, you could focus on those questions all you want, but we may not even get through all of them.
Yeah.
Because the conversation may go someplace else.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have somebody that's been on a show, that's been on other shows, and they repeat the same
Yeah.
thing, and I'm like, I don't want that. I want
Yeah.
something that's different. I don't
Yeah.
care if people don't be receptive to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hear something different, right? Because I'm pretty sure there's more to you than just this,
Yeah.
right? And if I want to get that out of you, then it's going to take some time. One person asked me to re-record the whole, well, two people asked me to re-record the whole thing. And one of them I actually did re-record. And the second one, the mechanics were off. Like the first one, they were really on point, right? But then the second one, the mechanics wasn't there, but the passion was there.
Right.
So I was like, no, we're going with the second one. Oh man, they was upset. I was like, nope, we're going with the second one. Why? Because at the end of the day, I get it.
Yeah.
You want to be perfect, but sometimes, like you said, that raw, authentic part, being passionate is a good thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. People relate to that.
yeah.
People relate to that. If you send me a question, I'm trying to rehearse those questions.
Right.
Now, if there's a part I don't want to tell you, I can't tell you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if we just talking, like we've been doing,
Right.
things come out.
See, and the thing I like about what you said earlier when we were having the discussion is about pride. So pride is a killer,
Yes.
right? And so is embarrassed. People being embarrassed is a killer too, because they don't want to do things because they feel like it's gonna be embarrassing, right? I thrive off of that because I don't want to feel that way. So that's why I do it. I don't care if it's not great. I jump in and eventually it's gonna get better. Anything that you do consistently, you're gonna get better at. You may not master it, but you're gonna get better at it.
Yep.
Right? Because you're doing it every day. You're showing some kind of improvement, right? Well, hopefully you're showing some kind of improvement. But people are so embarrassed to do certain things. Like they don't want to do it because they feel like people are gonna laugh at me. And it's like,
Bro, it's so lame. You know what I mean?
yeah,
if you consistently worry about what people think of you, you're not doing anything. Bro, I went to work for people who I employ. You know what I mean?
I don't think they get that. Say that again.
I went to work for people who I employ.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm there to make the set, to move the lights.
Yeah.
They tell me, okay, can you move that? Yes, sir. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I order coffee. I go get the pizza. There's no pride in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I examine, I look at my whole trajectory since I've been doing film. What am I missing? Because you constantly have to improve. You constantly have to improve, right? And crazy thing is, you can learn things from the most unexpected places ever.
From the most unexpected person too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So it's just humble yourself and don't worry about what nobody else says, and go do what you do. So me, if you call me, you say, yo, bro, I need this. Yo, Stan, I'm dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no, because that doesn't change the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing.
True.
It doesn't change the fact that I am who I am.
Right.
Or it doesn't change the fact that I know this person, I know this person. As long as you don't compromise my integrity,
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. The outcome can only be like, I learned your way of doing things, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have a perception of how I am, and then boom, boom, we move on.
Yeah.
But people wanna, when you get to a certain level, you wanna stay here. You know what I mean? You don't wanna know what these other people are doing.
Yeah.
So it kills the vibe, man.
It does. It kills the vibe, and that's why I like what you're trying to do with Border Nation. It's like, not what you are doing. You know, you partner with airlines, you partner
Yep.
with
Hotels.
governments, hotels,
Yep.
just to make sure that you get the right narrative for Africa, just
Yep.
to get the right image for Africa.
And I'll tell you why. If you look at content production,
Mm-hmm.
airlines make content all the time. You get a partnership with them, you'll be busy because they create content.
Right.
They're constantly creating new things to tell to customers. They have new improvement on the menu. They have rearranged the seats, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's always content. So you be busy. You get to fly for free. You know what I mean?
True.
Right?
True.
And when you get to a destination, who's there? The hotels. There's too much competition between hotels. So they always have to create content to show the audience what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then who's in charge of all that? The tourism board. The tourism board have a vested interest to promote their countries. So they always have to make content. Right?
Right.
When you streamline everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You integrate everything, you will be busy for years. So we had to analyze the entire ecosystem and say, okay, which way should we go? We went the tourism route because we knew it's going to keep us busy for a long time, but also we get to discover countries and the finest thing about those countries. Countries are trying to market their beaches, hotels, attractions. It can be parks. It can be anything, right? Mm-hmm. They want to show this to people who have never been here, and you get to show it.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is what we do. We can create content for the airline, they happy. We can create content for the hotel, they happy. We can create content for the country, they happy. When the country market overseas, mm-hmm. the airline are responsible for transporting those people back to the country. And when those people get into this country, they will need to find a hotel to stay. So you just take care of the entire line.
Yeah.
the entire product line.
You going full circle.
That's it. And that's what we decided to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you can't let your pride be in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am where I am right now because of I have a lot of mentors. But I don't take things serious, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We get dirty. Look, you come to one of my sets, I'm doing everything.
Right.
I want to make sure my DP captured the story.
Right.
You don't need nothing. Okay? I'm moving things. Hey, do this. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right now. If you make me good product, I'm good. Who cares what I did on the set? Who's gonna talk about it?
True. You said something earlier. You said that I got lucky.
I did. And the crazy thing how I came to make film, actually, I was in high school. I have always been passionate about telling stories, right? And so I went to the New York Film Academy. I applied. It was $24,000 a semester. I'm like, man, I can't afford multiple cameras with this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't want to take all that debt and whatever, but you know how film school is.
Right.
So I went back to my high school. They have a student life center. So I went downstairs. I was into everything, bro. I did solo panel internships. I did Model UN internships. I actually got invited to Panama by the country UN ambassador as a high school student. I did radio. I did everything because I wanted to get something going.
Yeah.
And then I got this internship to do films. There was a non-profit teaching young people how to tell stories using cameras and stuff. I was like, all right, fine. This is it. I was there, bro. I used to come almost every day. They say 3 days a week. I'll be there 5 days a week. You know what I mean?
Learning, soaking up everything.
Bro, I'm coming. I want to play with the cameras. This guy is telling me, look, I have a personal life. You can just show up here. But he was cool, teaching me everything.
Right.
I did that for 2 years. By the time I graduated high school, I told him, I said, I want to start a business. What? You're a high school student. You just graduated. You're not even in college yet. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nah, I want to register my business and I want to trademark it. He said, you sure? I'm like, yep. He said, cool. He called one of his friends, lawyer. He said, hey, my student want to register his business. I registered it. At the time, the company was Borderline Pictures. I didn't even do research. I don't even know there's a borderline illness. I just named it.
Yeah.
But what I did was I knew I needed to create something. When I created business cards. I was 19. Created business cards. I bought my first Sony 7D. I bought a 24 to 80 lens. 24 to 70 lens. Mm-hmm. I was out shooting everything. I shot, you remember the protest that was happening on Wall Street against the rich? I think it was 2008. Occupy Wall Street. Yeah. Bro, I was all over Occupy Wall Street with my camera, interviewing people. Why are you protesting? What do you think should happen? And I had the greatest juxtaposition that happened. People are celebrating at Occupy Wall Street, Zakari Park. Mm-hmm. I walked down the block down to Cipriani. There's a whole red carpet going on. I got my camera. They thought I was press. They let me in. I'm like, great. I'm on the red carpet, bro, shooting celebrities.
What did you do with the footage?
Yeah, what happened? I don't even know where the footage is at. Yeah. So I come back the next day. I think Carmelo Anthony was there. You know what I mean? He was crazy, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm like, all right, cool. I sat down, I pieced it together. I'm like, okay, here's people celebrating about, protesting about the rich, is this, is that. And then here, 3 blocks away. Life is good. These people are living. So I cut it, I put it something, and I just gave it to the guy. I don't know what happened to that footage.
Oh man.
Man, but
Probably was worth a lot at that time.
but
Well, probably worth more now.
probably now.
Yeah.
But when I say I got lucky, because this dude was passionate about helping young people. Right? He was passionate about
And
teaching.
this is your first mentor.
This is my first mentor. His name is Lyle Kane. And he had a lady with him that used to come and help. Bro, this lady was, first she was the executive producer for the Oprah show for 7 years. Moved on and ran the Diane Sawyer show on ABC.
Wow.
Then went on Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Then did films all over the world.
Damn, resume is long.
Lived on 72nd Street. Right? So you already know the setting.
Yeah.
And then she just took me under her wings. So I had an upstart into the business.
Mm-hmm.
The first professional gig I did was with Macy Gray.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, she
How
was,
old were you then?
I was probably 21,
Okay.
you know.
Mm.
She had a concert at I think it was Raffinery 21 on you remember where this right by Hot 97,
Mm-hmm.
right there by Lower Manhattan, by going to the Holland Tunnel. She had a concert there, so we shot it, and then after that there was an after party at the Brooklyn Ball.
Yeah.
That's the first time I experienced VIP level treatment, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
celebrity level. Everything is just, you just come and you walk in. No questions asked.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, this shit is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At 21, you know, that's probably like, yo, I'm
You know,
living right now.
yeah.
I'm on top.
We have limousines out and everything, SUVs, we just riding. I'm with my little camera. I wasn't even the main person here. I was assisting my mentor, that lady that was directing that whole thing. So from there on, she took me under her wings, showing me things, telling me about the business. I always tell people this: there's two sides to the film industry. There's the film business and the film industry. A lot of people is in the film industry, but few are in the film business. The film business control the film industry.
All right, break that down.
The film business pays the film industry. That's why producers have a lot of power. They will buy the script, they'll hire the director, and they will tell the director who they want to be in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Agents don't make money if their clients don't get hired. So they have to have a connection to the producer who's funding the film or the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are hired, you get a salary.
Right.
You get paid and you're gone. After the movie is made, whoever controls the business aspect, the behind the scene of it, can license that movie anywhere else.
Crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
So after the opening box office, like the first 2 weeks usually, the film already recoup all the expenses. Now, who's making money the third week? Who's making money the fourth week? We're not talking about the years to come. Right? That's the business aspect of it. Tyler Perry came into the industry a little late. He's richer than a lot of them because he owed his content. He understood the film business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to be in the film business. That's why my content, I own it outright.
Mm-hmm.
I will license it to you. I won't sell it to you. Unless, you throw in a nice bag,
Right.
you're good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying all that is to understand the concept. You got to understand the business side of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why Netflix own everything.
Yeah. And
They
they
don't-
paid so much money to buy.
$20 billion.
Yeah.
That's a budget.
Yeah.
They're not crazy. Disney is still making money off Mickey Mouse. You understand me?
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse was shot probably I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
Like the original
you're right.
concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're still making money.
Because they license it off to do other things.
They own it.
Yeah.
They license it, right? The film business hire the film industry. They just employees. Yeah, you get your millions, you gone, fine. But who's controlling the back end?
The people that own the content.
Those are the film businesses. You know what I mean? So if they release a film in the US, it's most likely they're getting their bread back that first week. When you hear a film grossing 30 million, 40 million first day or opening week, that's 1 week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Avatar made what? $1.6 billion.
1.6 billion.
First few months.
Crazy.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Who's getting that money? It's not the people that's in the film. James Cameron is part of getting that money.
Yeah.
He created it. He owns it, right?
Right.
And then the studio. Now they can rerun that whenever they want.
And
That's
make
what
longevity money. That's why these companies, these legacy companies last for so long. Is because they got content that's bringing them money, residual income, even to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why Netflix still they cannot catch up to Disney. Because Disney is just loaded.
Yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah, they got way too many content.
They got way too many, and they
classic stuff too.
Classic, yeah. The Marvels.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that. But with the pace they go and they understand, yeah, they're spending a lot of, because remember, Netflix is not profitable.
No.
As a company, they're not.
Hey guys, once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I definitely did. And like I said before, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And don't forget, part 1 is on audio. So go out to all podcast channels. You'll be able to listen to it there. And then just please continue to comment below and tell me what you thought about this video. We definitely enjoy it. Have a good night.